Students, this is a quick video to show you the information for the Smithfield RTI program and what you will be doing while you are in RTI. The Smithfield RTI program is a program that is designed to help provide extra support for students in math and reading that have shown that they needed some extra support due to gaps in their learning. This intervention is for students that need help in the math and the reading areas, and the information that they will be looking at will be the areas that they need help in the most in math and or reading. The decision for RTI support, along with the areas that they will be getting extra instruction on, is based on the STAR scores from the previous year. It is also based on the Renaissance 360 screener, so whether it's the one that they took at the beginning of the year or it's the one that you took throughout the year. We will be looking at those as far as you being in RTI, and then also what areas that we need to address in RTI. Throughout the year, teachers will also be looking at your 6 weeks averages, your CBA scores, and your classroom tests. Those will be other components that we'll be looking at to track and monitor your progress in class with the content area. So if you are struggling in the classroom and you are having a difficult time passing your tests, those are some areas that we will look at to see what kind of extra support that we can provide you in RTI to get you where you need to be. You'll be using a portfolio form. This is a portfolio form that you will be tracking your data in Compass Learning, which is the program that you use for your assignments while you're in RTI. It will also be a place where you will use the data for your STAR 360 screener. And that is the one that we take at the very beginning of the year, and then we also take 5 other times throughout the year. It's about every 6 weeks we take that screener. On the form, you will have hyperlinks to Compass Learning and your screener, STAR 360 screener. This way you will easily be able to get to those websites without having to log in and then find those websites. This is a good way to communicate. Using this form, it's a good way to communicate with your teachers about your progress. It's also a good way to communicate with your interventionist. If your data on your form in Compass is showing that you are doing very well, and where you're showing to have an 80 to a 90 average on those assignments in Compass Learning, that would be good data for your interventionists and your teachers to be able to see, and put that along with the other data that we track, which are your classroom data that we discussed earlier and your screener scores. Parents can also access this, students. So if your parents ask you about how RTI is going, this is the best place for you to hop onto and show your parents the progress with your screener scores as well as your progress with Compass Learning. Students, this is your data portfolio form. Look at the rows, this row of tabs. What you're going to focus on this year is your reading data form and your math data form. And this is the information that you will be putting in from the screener and from Compass Learning. So as you look at this form, first of all, you'll see that this is for the reading, and up at the very top you have a place where you can put in a reading goal for your Lexile level, and this is a goal that hopefully your teachers have been talking to you about as far as what your Lexile level is, and then what you would like to have your Lexile level be either at the end of the semester or at the end of the year. And once you have written your goal here in the box, you will also put that Lexile level goal in this first box. This next row over here is for the results from your screeners that your Lexile level will be. If we come down here at the very bottom of this form, you'll see your reading SAR screener. and these are the two tables that you will put your data in for the screeners. And the first one's the Lexile level, and the second one's your percentile rank. And for your Lexile level, once you put in your Lexile level, you will come back up here at the very top and you will see that auto-populate up here at the top. So this will be able to give you an idea of where you are at with your goal that you've set for yourself. And so if your goal is to reach 1200 and your first one was 880, you will not worry about putting in another goal here. You will wait for your next screener to see what that data is and put that information down there, and you'll see it's still where you have not reached that goal, and you will keep this blank until you reach that goal. So on your third screener, if you were to reach that goal, then you can start writing a new goal. Okay, and you will do that the entire time that you have a screener. Down here is your percentile rank, and this percentile rank is a piece of data that your teachers do look at when we are deciding whether you are in RTI or not in RTI. What you're looking for your percentile rank to be is anything below 10 is a Tier 3 student, anything between a 10 and a 30 is a Tier 2 student, and that 30 to 50 could be a Tier 1 watch, or it could be a Tier 2 student. And so this is where you'll put that information in. If you look at this, you'll see your hyperlink that I was referring to earlier for your screener. So if you just click on the name, and then you can click on the hyperlink, it will take you straight to your screener. And then that's where you'll put in your information. And up here toward the very top, you'll see the Compass Learning. Same thing. You just click on the name, and then you click on the hyperlink, and it will take you straight to Compass Learning. This is where you'll house all of your Compass Learning information. What you'll want to do is you'll want to put the date that you did the assignment or the lesson, put the lesson name and number, and then what score you got on that. This is very important information, because really this is how we're seeing, this is what we're going to look at when we're seeing how you're doing in RTI. So if you are just clicking through the assignments just to get through the assignments to get through with RTI, we will see that with your score. And if you have scores of 30s, 40s, and 50s, we either say that, or we look at that and think, do they need more time in RTI, or are they just clicking through the motion and they're not really using RTI the way that they need to be using it. So this is definitely data that we'll be looking at. So do your best whenever you are doing those assignments, and it'll reflect on your assignments. So as you are putting in your assignments and your scores, over here you can see the running tally, your average for all of your assignments. And this running tally is what we will look at overall to see how are they doing, and then if there are any problems in certain areas. So you would have done well on these two scores or on these two assignments, but these two not so well. We may have you redo these assignments and get a higher score. That way your average starts to go back up again. So use Compass Learning for what it's used for, and that's to give you extra help on those assignments, because those assignments are structured based on what you did on the screener, and if you did poorly or you did not do as well as you should have on certain areas, that's what those assignments are going to be focusing on. And on the math side, it's the same thing, where you've got a math goal to write for the Star 360 screener, and you've got your screener goal down here, just like with the Lexile level on the reading, and then your results down here at the bottom. And again, tables for Compass Learning, and then for your math screener. You'll notice with the math screener, you've got 4 boxes instead of, or 4 tables instead of the 2 for reading. Your percentile rank will be what will be the score for the very top here. Again, since that's what we'll be looking at for RTI placement. And the 3 different areas beside that, they do change based on the grade level. So this is a 7th grade student portfolio. Yours will be proportionality, expressions, equations, and relationships, and data. You will also put that information in based on the screener information.